Right now at noon, a drone's thermal imaging plays a pivotal role in an Ottawa County manhunt.
And we're live in Independence for Niwala. Make sure you come down here for all the excitement. We'll have more on Niwala and, of course, your forecast and those colder temperatures on the way coming up.
Plus, 18 confirmed dead while the suspect is still at large. We'll have the latest details on the tragic Maine shooting.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us on KOAM News at Noon. I'm Caitlin O'Shaughnessy. In today's top story, a manhunt in Ottawa County, Oklahoma, involving multiple law enforcement agencies was brought to a close with the assistance of a Miami police drone. The collaboration between the Ottawa County Sheriff's Office, KOAM Marshals, BIA, and the Miami Police Department culminated in the apprehension of Richard Foley, who had multiple felony warrants. The dramatic pursuit unfolded as law enforcement officers embarked on a mission to locate and apprehend Richard Foley. The collective efforts of the agencies involved made the capture possible. However, it was the Miami police drone that played a pivotal role in the operation, providing critical visual information to aid the pursuit. Drone footage captured during the operation revealed Richard Foley hiding in tall grass, effectively evading detection by ground units. It was at this juncture that the Miami police drone came into play. Employing thermal imaging technology, the drone was able to pinpoint Foley's exact location, ensuring that officers could close in on him swiftly. This real-time coordination between the drone operator and the ground units ensured a safe and efficient resolution to the operation and capture of Richard Foley. And 2 vehicles collided yesterday evening in Bourbon County, Kansas, leaving 1 person dead. The accident happened yesterday evening east of Bronson. 75-year-old Rebecca Shin of Uniontown, Kansas, was going east on Highway 54 when she began to make a turn onto Highway K3. Shin's Toyota RAV4 was hit by a Jeep Wrangler driven by 35-year-old Heath Baker of Nevada, Missouri. 44-year-old Nathaniel Moorhead of Milan was a passenger with Baker. Baker and Moorhead were heading west when Shin failed to yield, and Shin was taken to Via Christi in Pittsburgh for minor injuries. Baker was taken to St. Luke Hospital with heavy injuries, and Moorhead did not survive the accident. A former prosecutor in Northeast Oklahoma is going to prison for seeking sexual favors in exchange for help with court cases. The defendant in this case is former Ottawa County, Oklahoma Assistant District Attorney Daniel Giraldi of Joplin. He had pleaded guilty last year after providing drugs and legal actions that benefited defendants in exchange for sex. A judge yesterday sentenced Giraldi to 2.5 years in prison and 3 years supervised probation after his release. Under terms of his plea agreement, Giraldi will relinquish his Oklahoma bar license and agree to never hold any public office in the state. U.S. Attorney Clint Johnson says, quote, "As a public servant to the people of Ottawa County, Daniel Giraldi disgraced the office of Assistant District Attorney. He had a duty to act with integrity and competence. Instead, he violated the law and the trust placed in him by the District Attorney." End quote. The Fort Scott city manager is resigning from his position. Brad Matkin posted this video on Facebook yesterday morning announcing his resignation. He says he'll continue the duties of his role in addition to helping in the transition of finding a new city manager through the end of the year. He didn't give details for his decision, but said it was for personal reasons. His resignation will go into effect on January 3rd. And results are in after the Allen County, Kansas Sheriff's Office performed a random compliance check of the registered sex offenders living there. The check, conducted last week, finds there are 114 offenders living in Allen County, with 28 more who work in the area. During the check, authorities found 26 offenders not in compliance. They say most were simple things like keeping updated addresses, places of employment, and phone numbers. And now we head over to Independence, Kansas, where our very own Chris Warner is live at the Niwala Festival. Chris, tell us what's going on over there.
Well, of course, it is the Neewalla Festival taking place here in Independence. A lot of things getting ready, already happening back behind me. A lot more things are going to be going on as we head through the weekend. We've got Sabrina Overfield. She's going to be joining us a little later in the show. She knows everything about Neewalla, and she's going to share all of her knowledge with us. The other thing that we're also having to deal with out here, though, is while the rain is stopped for today, you may have noticed it's a bit breezy. I'm trying to hold this table down because it is mighty windy. Let's take a look at the Skywatch Storm Tracker real quick. You can see we have just been left with some clouds here and there, but otherwise the rain has moved on out of the area. We take a closer look. Again, we're just stuck with some clouds that are lingering behind, but even those beginning to progressively clear out. Oh, well, look at that. Well, we are taking a look at the MoDOT camera 32nd in range line. You can see those cloudy skies. Yesterday, started the day at 67, made it up to 78. So another day, you saw our average high is what our low was. We're at 71 in Joplin, 72 in Pittsburgh with those mostly cloudy skies. And just so you know, we're 75 here in Independence, where it's a little bit warmer thanks to the sunshine. We're having another look at your forecast and talk with Sabrina Overfield here in just a few more minutes. Caitlin?
Thanks so much, Chris. We'll talk to you in a little bit here. And that's a look at today's top stories and weather in the 4 states region. Up next on KOAM News at Noon. 18 people have been killed and 13 injured in a shooting rampage at a restaurant and bowling alley in Maine. We'll have the latest details as the manhunt continues for the shooter. And later, Halloween is taking over Independence, Kansas. We take a live look at all the spooky festivities happening this week. Stay tuned. And surrounding areas are being told to shelter in place as the manhunt continues for the gunman who killed 18 people, according to state officials, and injured 13 others last night. The mass shootings unfolded at 2 locations, a restaurant and a bowling alley. Police have named a person of interest in the case, and he is considered armed and dangerous. CBS News correspondent Bradley Blackburn has the latest from Lewiston.
Law enforcement officials are asking for the public's help to track down the gunman responsible for the deadly mass shooting in Lewiston, Maine.
If you see anything suspicious, please call us.
We have an active shooter. We have multiple injuries.
Police released these photos of a man walking into a bowling alley Wednesday night, pointing a weapon.
There was a loud pop.
This witness says he ran when the shots rang out.
I just booked it down the lane, and I slid basically into where the pins are and climbed up in the machine and was on top of the machines for about 10 minutes until the cops got there.
Police said they responded to a second shooting location at a bar and restaurant less than 4 miles away. Police have identified 40-year-old Robert Card as the suspect in the pair of shootings.
Mr. Card is considered armed and dangerous, and police advise that Maine people should not approach him under any circumstances.
Card is in the Army Reserves, but according to the Maine Information and Analysis Center, he is not a trained firearms instructor with the Reserves, as previously reported. He recently reported mental health issues and threatened to shoot up a National Guard base. He was committed to a facility for 2 weeks over the summer. Residents were told to stay locked in their homes while law enforcement officers search for the suspect. Schools are closed and people who live here are shaken.
You and me and all these people standing here, we all got a fear for our lives today.
Police also released a photo of the person of interest's vehicle that they recovered in a parking lot. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, Lewiston, Maine.
The FBI says it is assisting with the investigation, but Maine State Police is taking the lead. Still to come on KOAM News at Noon, we have a live interview with the Generalissimo of the Neewalla Festival, Sabrina Overfield.
And of course, we'll be bringing you that live interview here in just a couple of minutes. We're also going to be talking about the rain chances. They're going to make a return, and then it is going to feel a lot like winter in the next couple of days. Take a look at that forecast when we come back. Welcome back to the KOAM News at Noon. We are live in Independence for Neewalla, and we've got the expert on Neewalla, Sabrina Overfield, here live with us. Sabrina, welcome to the show. Thanks for coming out here. It's a bit breezy, but otherwise, so far, not too bad. Tell me a little bit about Neewalla. First, what exactly is this?
Well, first of all, I want to thank KOAM for having us today. And Neewalla is Halloween spelled backwards. It's a 9-day long celebration that we started back in 1958, resurrected it. It's been going on over 100 years. This year we're on our 65th year, and we have a 9-day celebration that's the biggest thing in Kansas, biggest celebration with parades, a Queen Nila, which you'll interview later today. Looking forward to that. And we have also the Oak Ridge Boys are coming to town for their final tour on Saturday night, and we're really looking forward to that. And maybe you can see in the backdrop our food vendors. We have anything you want to eat in the 3-block radius.
All right, so not a very long walk to find everything you need. Lots of special events. Do you know what the inspiration was for Neewalla? How did Independence decide this is going to be a thing?
Well, back in 1958, 4 gentlemen got together over lunch, and they wanted to do something for the community, the surrounding area, because they were thriving in businesses and people were shopping here. So they started, I think it was like 3 days then, with the Queen Nila and 1 parade. It has grown into 3 parades, as I said, and 9 days instead of 3 days. But it just gets bigger and better every year, and I can't say thank you enough for the volunteers and sponsors.
All right, Sabrina, thank you so much for joining us. And as Sabrina mentioned, we're going to have additional interviews. We're going to be back here at 5 and 6 tonight. You're going to learn everything you need to know about Neewalla and give you every reason, as if unlimited food of your choice wasn't enough of a reason, to come on out here to Independence to join in on the celebration. Now, tonight's weather's looking pretty good. Aside from this wind that's blowing out here to the west, wind gusts are a little higher in that 35 to 40 mile an hour range. But, well, I tell you, let's take a look at the future track. So we're done with the rain for today, but we are going to see additional rain chances begin to build in as we go into tomorrow morning. So here's a look at future track at 6 a.m. Here comes some additional shower and thunderstorm chances right through our morning commute and lasting possibly even into our noon commute out there as well. And then we'll see another pause in the showers before we'll see more showers going into the upcoming weekend. All right, 30-second in range line, MoDOT camera there in Joplin. You can see we've got the cloudy skies, cloudy down in Neosho from the MoDOT camera down there, and our camera at downtown Joplin at the Cornell Complex is also showing, well, you guessed it, clouds and plentiful wind, and of course cloudy just south of Pittsburgh. KDOT camera there. And you can see the blue sky off in the distance there, and we'll continue to clear out a bit. 71 in Joplin, though. South-southwest breeze at 11. It's gusting up to 23. So believe it or not, it's a little lighter to the east than it is out here. 72 in Pittsburgh. South breeze 17, gusting to 23. Temperatures around the region out here out west where the wind is a little stronger. It's also a little warmer. 75 here in Independence. 74 Parsons, Chatopa, Neodesha. 75 in Miami. 70 in Carthage, Monette, 71 in Neosho and Lamar. For the rest of the day, still looking at highs right around the mid-70s as the skies continue to clear, and of course we'll have those gusty winds out there. Winds remain gusty tonight, blowing up to 25 out of the south. Temps start to remain steady. We're going to fall back in the mid to upper 60s by this evening and just hang out there. We're going to have low 70s for highs tomorrow, showers and thunderstorms again. Wind shifts out of the north, gusting to 25, and temperatures will begin falling by the mid-afternoon. We'll make it down to 50. Cooler Saturday, much cooler Sunday. In fact, our Sunday high is really going to be Saturday's low of about 47. We're going to hit that about 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and temperatures will gradually fall through the day on Sunday until we're into the mid to upper 20s. And we're going to stay below freezing Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday night, at freezing Wednesday night. So Halloween, make sure you're bundled up. And if you've got an alternative, maybe some indoor trick-or-treating available, might take that option because it's going to be downright cold. We start to warm up toward the end of next week, back into the 50s and 60s with some additional shower chances by next Saturday. But make sure, again, we're live in Independence. We're back here at 5 and 6 tonight. Make sure you get out here for the Neewalla celebration. Caitlin?
All right, well, stick around because we're making easy cheesy cherry Danish after the break. It's time to check in with Howard in the Mr. Food Test kitchen. Today he's making a simple, fast, and out-of-this-world tasty snack. And if you don't like spicy, there's also a sweet option too. The possibilities are endless, and Howard's here to show you how. Take a look at his spicy roasted pumpkin seeds.
I just finished carving my pumpkin, and I have a bowl of seeds and the meat, the gooey part of the pumpkin. So what I want to do is I want to separate the fleshy part from the seeds so we can roast them. And a little secret that I found, if you take the bowl and you fill it with water, what happens is the pumpkin seeds will actually float to the top. Then we just stir that around, And then with our hands, we can just take them off, put them in a colander to make sure they're strained well. This is a lot easier than trying to fish it out one by one, that's for sure. Now we dump these onto a baking sheet. And if you have a little bit of the pumpkin like you see, that's not a problem at all. We just spread these out, drizzle them with a little bit of olive oil, or you could use butter, that's up to you. A little bit of salt. You can use pepper, you can use cinnamon, so whatever you really want. Maybe you want to make them a little spicy, that's up to you. Stir them around, make sure you get a nice single layer, and then into a 350-degree oven it goes for about 35 to 40 minutes. Do these ever look good or what? And to think, some people just throw those out. Why would you? When these are so easy to make. Maybe top our salads or soups with them. To get the recipe for our spicy roasted pumpkin seeds, all you have to do is go to our website. I'm just going to sneak some. Crunchy, salty. Ooh, it's so good.
To find this recipe along with many others, just head over to our website at KOAMnewsnow.com and click on Mr. Food. Now here's a look at your 4-state market prices.
We are live again here in Independence for Neewalla, taking place this weekend and for the next several days, honestly. Lots of fun, lots of excitement, a lot of food downtown, all within a 3-block radius, plus a number of other events taking place. And at least today, the weather perfect for it, albeit a bit breezy. We're still looking at highs in the mid-70s out there. Temperatures low 70s to start Friday, then falling through the day. We get much colder as we head into next week. Temperatures in the mid to upper 40s Sunday and Monday, still cold on Halloween. And overnight lows Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday in the mid to upper 20s. So if you got Halloween plans or if you're coming out to Neewalla, make sure you bundle up because it's going to get downright chilly. Dow, Caitlin?
All right, thanks, Chris. And Dow, what do you have for us tonight?
Well, a lot coming up at 5. For starters, children who experience traumatic events are more likely to have headaches as adults. The study in the journal Neurology found a quarter of participants who experienced at least one traumatic childhood event, such as abuse or neglect, were diagnosed with a headache disorder. Plus, check out the 2 new disaster response trailers. It'll be used for local disasters, and we will again be live in Independence for our 5 and 6 p.m. newscast as our KOAM Roadshow continues. Hope you join us, KOAM News at 5.
All right, looks like a great time. And that'll do it for us here for the KOAM News at Noon. Have a great rest of your day, 4 States.